What's good, everybody? This your boy D Money with another episode of A Lot of Fashion, our sixth episode of the first season. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. What we're going to talk about today is growth. Now, we all got to go through some type of form of growth, whether it be in our personal life, our spiritual life, career, health and wellness, etc. But what I want to primarily focus on today is our, business careers, our, career, just our career growth and the different types of growth in business, the different things that you'll need to focus on as far as gauging your growth and honestly, speaking to yourself as you go through the maturation process. One of the main things that I had to learn for myself is not focusing on, certain things with a, aggressive degree as far as like numbers or I guess you could say people's perception or different types of criticism. Just those things alone when you first get started can be demoralizing if you focus on them too heavy. But if you know how to actually focus in on smaller details that let you know whether things are working or not, then you're actually able to not only put out a great product, whether it be that same product that you just put out or the next one, you'll actually be able to start building that business customer relationship that you need to build in order to gain an audience, in order to start getting those sponsorships and things of that sort. So when it comes to growth, what is growth, right? That's what the biggest thing is honestly understanding what growth is. Growth is the process of increasing an amount, value, or importance. In business growth is a stage where the business reaches the point for expansion, seeks additional options to generate more profit. Business growth is a function of the business life cycle, industry growth trends, and the owner's desire for equity value creation. Now, the different types of growth is, product development, market penetration, diversification, organic growth. There's a few more other types of business growth that, go on, but these are the primary ones that you have to pay attention to when it comes to product development. The improvement of existing products or the introduction of new products into a market is important with your business, because first and foremost, you do want some things that people typically need. Say if you're a fashion designer like myself, you need some typical simple plain Jane t-shirts that everybody typically will wear, whether just with plain color blotches or different color patterns, or you implement something with your own style that is completely different than what everybody else is selling on the market, and it's out there. Now with market penetration, it's a measurement of how much of a product is used compared to a company's target audience. Now certain products that you have, they may sell more than others because of the simple fact of the demand in the market that it's needed for. It may be wintertime, say if you're a fashion designer, and you may be selling long sleeve t-shirts and short sleeve t-shirts. I'm guaranteeing you, depending on the type of t-shirts that you're selling and the design, those long sleeve t-shirts in that wintertime is definitely going to sell more than the short sleeves, just because of the weather. Same thing applies to different industries. Certain things are going to sell certain more in certain seasons because of the simple fact of it's demand. Then you have diversification. Now it's not talking about a race. It's talking about diversifying new products, introducing it into a new market. That's when you're actually taking your business from where it already has a certain niche, but you're starting to add more products to your product line, and you want to start reaching other markets, bringing you to more of a international or global scale. Then you have the market development. The condition for this is the type of growth is matching the right product or service to the market at the right time and the right price and place. That's self-explanatory in itself. And then you have organic growth. Typically with your business, you want to we're all going to have to use some type of organic growth, and that's honestly the best growth especially starting out. That's the one that you mainly got to focus on is organic growth, right? And you want to primarily, when you have, say, social media involved, you actually want to honestly use those platforms to the utmost degrees. Where, say for Instagram, they have the Instagram stickers where you can, use the add-on stickers to post different photos or videos on your reels or stories, and that joint draws different attention to your account. I do it all the time, at least 2 to 3 times a week, as long as I see that joint, and that joint boosts my account a lot more than me just posting a regular reel or post. So just paying attention to those small little details can help you generate more attention, which in turn gets you more responses on how your product actually is in the market versus how you think it is and how 1 or 2 people may think it is. So that's just the types of growth. Now, what can you do to grow on a daily basis? Well, first and foremost, you have to have some type of routine. You have to find ways to stay consistent in your health and career and spirituality and mindset. You got to read knowledgeable articles, listen to knowledgeable podcasts or books on an everyday basis, feeding your mindset, your character, your spirituality, your communication skills, and your career ideals. You got to feed yourself in order to honestly know where you're going to move next. You have to hear different things that is going on in the world as far as along the lines of what you're doing and where your journey is taking you in order to actually start implementing the things that you need in order to make things happen on a rapid and consistent basis. Finding new ways to practice your craft and different skill sets every day is important. Me, how I do that in fashion, I typically, I do graphic design, so I primarily try to make the videos and content for my brand, and then I also try to look at the different templates, look at the different, beats and instrumentals and samples that are out there for that content, for different types of content, and try to emulate it for myself in my own way. That's what's helped me in order to grow as far as just in the sense of a graphic designer. So you got to find different things in order to practice, because when, say for me, in the instance of me learning how to do graphic design and me practicing that alone, it helps me when I'm actually designing different pieces and different clothes. So when I have ideas, they pop up immediately, I can design it right on the spot. Having a short-term and long-term goals for yourself helps you align and have more discipline in the actions that you're taking with your career. Executing your goals, routine, doing your research and plans with conviction on a consistent basis, not taking no breaks, not taking any mental lapses, not letting your mind or your emotions or even the distractions of the world interfere with what you got going on, because it's important to have conviction in what you're doing, because if you don't have that consistent drive and passion for what you say you love, it's going to show, and then people are not going to want to buy from you. Ways to grow in fashion. If you're just starting out, the primary thing to do is find an internship, apprenticeship with a mentor or proven professional in the industry. Constantly do research as far as industry, business history, fashion trends, things that are going on within the fashion business. A good resource is the Business of Fashion website in their magazine. They have a good editorial on different things that are going on in fashion. It's kind of like the World Star of fashion. Well, not the World Star, but kind of like, I guess you could say the CNN of fashion. 10 tricks to grow your brand awareness quickly. Number 1, Instagram stories. Instagram stories is an on-trend platform that delivers targeting content to business-to-business buyers and builds brand awareness with potential customers. This feature consists of sequences of content that a user posts over a 24-hour period. Besides photos, stories can include video and boomerangs, seconds-long motion clips that play forwards and backwards. Number 2, partner with other brands. Create a promotional partnership with a brand that is, close to the role in the supply chain, and can be a heavy boost to your brand awareness. If you choose wisely in your partnership, you benefit from its image and representation and build a alliance that, builds your brand for a long period of time. Somebody that, somebody or somebody's that you can go back to, as time goes on. Number 3, start content partnerships. Again, this is all about leveraging other people's audiences to spread the word about your brand. Reach out to the blogs or media sites your target buyers frequently see, so that you can author a post for them. Invite them to guest author on your blog. Basically create a two-way content partnership where you will ensure that your brand's name will come across the screens of your target buyers. Number 4, make sharing easy. This is a great way to let your successes go to work for you. Make it easy for your audience and your followers to share your content with their networks. Give them sharing options for email, social media. Heck, put your social links on anything and everything. Social media is a platform tool in building your brand. Don't underuse it. Number 5, hold social media contests. Everybody loves to win a contest. You use your social media platforms to create contests in which followers submit a photo or video and let others users vote for their favorites. Contestants will share the link with their networks, and your brand awareness will grow exponentially. Number 6, try paying social media advertising. Facebook and Twitter ads are relatively cheap. Both platforms do a great job of making sure your content gets to your target audience. I also would say TikTok advertising is good too. It's a little bit more expensive just because you have to lock in a little bit more money, but it's not that much more expensive. But it actually works a lot better than Facebook ads, just from my personal experience, and I do fashion. So if you're in the fashion game, just take that advice into account. You can set metrics and customize your preferences for a target audience in a variety of ways. It's one of the most effective ways to grow your brand awareness quickly with a very particular audience in mind. Number 7 is infographics. These are an eye-catching and colorful way to display interesting data statistics and are often overlooked for the content powerhouses they are. Their primary candidates to be shared are far and wide on social media. Number 8 is personality. Having a memorable personality on for your brand isn't just for the business-to-customer companies. While you don't need to hire the Old Spice guy, let your content have a voice and perspective is important. Buyers want to know who they're dealing with as a human being. Number 9, podcasts. Starting your own industry podcast, perhaps interviewing your own executives and your industry experts is a great way to build your brand and simultaneously deliver relationships with your supply chain peers. Becoming a resource is number 10, and finally, last but not least, we said it before and we'll say it again. Your most important asset is your knowledge and expertise, not your products and your service. You have to be a person of value. Content marketing is all about being a trusted resource for your audience. Ditch the blah 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 sales pitch that everybody tries to implement in their content, and think about how you can help your target audience buyers instead. It's all about creating value. That's all business really is showing the customer value in the process of the things that they're buying, whether it be a product or a service, and they feel like they're actually getting something more than what they paid for. That's all about that experience. See, the exchange between you and another person or you and a company when you are buying something is only you paying for the convenience of you not being able to do it yourself or not wanting to do it yourself. It's not that you can't do it, it's that you won't, or you just don't feel like doing it yourself. That's all it ever comes down to. So I just want y'all to think about that. Think about the things that it takes in order to consistently grow your brand. It is a process marathon. It is not a fucking sprint. Take your time, actually assess everything in wholeness, so that way when you start to put things out there, it is on point, it's detailed, and it has enough flash and swag and sauce to it that it just flows. I appreciate everybody that continues to support our brand, and I hope that you are gaining value from us. Continue to visualize your purpose, continue to strategize, plan, and execute with conviction.